We're all set, Patty.
Thank you. Welcome to the Public Building Commission of Chicago's pre-bid and tech review for the Chicago Department of Transportation Capital Program Alleys Various Locations Package 2, Contract C1610. Just a few housekeeping rules before we start. Please mute your computers. Please change your screen name to your name and company name or initials. And please add your name to the chat. And for those contractors and subcontractors who are joining, please wait till the end of each session to ask your questions, if any. This meeting is being recorded and will be available live, or is being recorded live and will be available on our website under the current opportunities page for the project. Okay, and we'll go around with introductions. My name is Patricia Montenegro, Contract Officer for this project. Turn it over to James.
Good afternoon, everyone. James Borkman, Procurement, BBC.
Excellent, thank you. Randy?
Randy Williams, PBC, Deputy Director of Construction.
Thank you. Lisa?
Good afternoon, Lisa Gitteroff, Public Building Commission Controls.
Thank you. Patrice?
Hello, Patrice Doyle, PBC Compliance.
Thank you. And Louis?
Good afternoon, everyone. Louis Chavez, PM, Public Building Commission.
Thank you. Then we have our clients.
Matt Crocker, CDOT, Neighborhood Improvement Section Head and primary contact for CDOT.
Thank you. And our AOR team.
Jack Ringness Connect Program Manager.
Very good.
DeMel Cox, Assistant Program Manager.
Thank you. And I see Reed also from CDOT is on.
Yeah, Reed Draper's CDOT, work with Matt in the neighborhood improvement section.
Very good. And then I see a John also.
John Chagin, CDOT Engineering Neighborhood Section, work with Matt Crocker also.
Excellent, thank you. I don't see that anyone else has joined, so I will move forward with the procurement details for the project. So the project locations are as listed on the screen, and we will go over during the technical review portion of it as to the specific details of where the areas of work begin and end. But the project locations are, again, as available on the screen and also as noted in Book 1. The general scope of work includes the reconstruction of the alley sewers, subgrade, and pavement, utilizing recycled construction materials and methods implemented by the City of Chicago. Full depth alley pavement reconstruction of the City of Chicago alleys. In addition, proper handling and disposal of on-site material, Portland cement, concrete-based work, hot mix, asphalt, surface course, sewer and drainage structures, sewer cleaning and televising, vortex restrictors, concrete curb and gutter, concrete sidewalks and ADA ramps, various depths, concrete driveways, concrete garage aprons, concrete alleys, pre-molded rubber speed humps, permeable concrete block pavers, bedding and void opening aggregates for permeable concrete block pavers, geotechnical fabric, topsoil and hydraulic seating. Contractor is going to be required to prepare a phasing and logistics plan for review and approval by CDOT and PBC prior to the mobilization and commencement of any work. On-site construction work at each alley location must be completed within 45 calendar days from commencement. The time of completion, again, as noted in Book 1, is November 29th of 2024. There are 2 milestones. The schedule milestone number 1 for the mobilization of the work. It shall start no sooner than August 1st and continue through August 31st with a full substantial completion starting no sooner than July 31st, 2024 and ending on November 29th, 2024. Liquidated damages are $500 per day for failure to achieve substantial completion, as well as $500 per day for failure to achieve schedule milestone dates. The availability of the contract documents, so Book 1, Book 2, Book 3, and the drawings are available on our online plan room at Crossroads Print and Technologies plan room. Book 1 is available on our website, current opportunities page, and the contract printer contact information is available as seen on screen. The documents are also available with our assist agencies, and contact information for each is available on the screen. If you follow the link, you'll have direct contact information to the different agencies' websites. The tech review meeting is scheduled directly after this meeting here, so at approximately 2:30 following this meeting. There have been no site visits scheduled, but please familiarize yourself with the area. Failure to do so shall not relieve or alter the bidder's responsibility for completing the work as required. Request for information, all questions should be directed to my attention at patricia.montenegro@cityofchicago.org. The deadline for questions is Friday, July 20th by 4 p.m. And no addenda have been issued to date. And doesn't seem like we have anything scheduled yet, but we're still in the procurement phase. So please stay tuned to PBC alerts for any potential updates. Bid due date is scheduled for Tuesday, July 30th at 11 a.m. The bid opening will be streamed live and then recorded and available on our website for viewing at our current opportunities page found here in this link. Bid submission requirements, we are accepting electronic submissions only, 1 complete copy of the bid document, original signatures in blue ink, or digital signature. Please make sure to include a bid bond, a copy of your bid bond. Please include your master bid form, which is the master bid tab with all scheduled prices and the award criteria sheet in Excel and PDF format. The PDF documents should be a searchable PDF form and not a scanned copy. Emails should be, the document should be emailed to bids@pbcchicago.com and patricia.montenegro@cityofchicago.org. So 2 email, 1 bid document emailed to 2 email addresses, bids@pbcchicago.com and patricia.montenegro@cityofchicago.org. If you are unable to submit a hard copy submission, we are asking that you submit a request advising us as to why, and submit it directly to my attention as the contract officer. Pre-award meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, July 31st at 9:30 a.m. Notice of award, we anticipate releasing the notice of award in August following our PPC Board of Commissioners meeting. The successful contractor will be required to provide a compliant certificate of insurance and payment and performance bond within 7 days of NOA issuance. Go over some Book 1 highlights. The estimated construction budget is can be found in Book 1, page 2, and it is 5.1 million to 5.6 million, excluding allowances and contingencies. The mandatory project staffing requirements can be found in Book 1, page 4. Scheduling software requirements, Book 1, page 4. Liquidated damages, Book 1, page 4. And prevailing wage rates, Book 1, page 5 and page 56. PBC always welcomes and encourages joint venture opportunities. So we want to make sure that you have the proper documentation submitted along with your bid. And that would be a Schedule B joint venture affidavit, which can be found in Book 1, page 41. And then we're going to require that you provide us a copy of the JV agreement, which can be in draft form, but must be finalized by the time of award. And for those who are MBE, WBE, we want to make sure that you provide certification letters. And Patrice will go into detail as to what certifying agencies we accept. The bid form, again, is the master bid form. It's provided in an Excel document, and it is available on the printer's website as well as on our website at pbcchicago.com. There should be the 2 tabs here, the master bid form, one for the award criteria, and then one schedule of price tab for each alley. So there's a total of 9 alley tabs there. The master bid form will automatically total for you. So essentially you're going to plug in your unit prices in the shaded column here, and the sheet will automatically total there below for you. And then back to the master bid form, it will automatically populate in the master bid form. Please make sure that you provide surety information as well as the bidder's information. So your company name here, dated, and then the surety information there. The award criteria figure sheet looks like this, also available in that Excel document, also populated automatically once you enter your your figures in the shaded areas, available for you to plug in your numbers. Patrice will go over a little bit more detail with regards to the award criteria figure. The basis of award can be found on page 8 of Book 1, which is essentially the responsible bidder submitting the lowest grand total award criteria. So it will be line 38 of the bid form. And firms are required to fill out the entire bid form to be considered responsive. The commission reserves the right to reject any and all bids, whenever such rejection is in the best interest of the PBC, and bids that the PBC considers to be materially unbalanced will be rejected. I will now turn it over to Patrice Doyle, who will go over the compliance details. Patrice?
Thank you, Patty.
You're welcome.
So the MBE and WBE goals for this project is 26% MBE, 6% WBE. We only accept certification from City of Chicago or Cook County, and the firm must be certified in the scope of work that they're performing, or else they cannot receive credit. Additional information is found in Book 2, Article 23. Next, Patty. The maximum that a contractor can provide for minority journey worker, minority apprentice, and minority labor participation is 70%. The maximum for female is female journey worker, female apprentice, and female labor is 15%. The community hiring goal for this project is 7.5%. The city residency goal is 50%, and these percentages are based on a total hours worked on the project. And once you have decided on your journey worker, apprentice, labor percentages, they become a committed once you are awarded the contract. This is the community area map for this project. So that 7.5% total hours worked by tradespeople must come from this community area, which is very extensive. We use B2G Now as our payment tracking system for this project for our MBEWB subcontractors. For MBEWB firms that are manufacturers, they receive 100% credit. For suppliers, they only receive 60% credit. And for brokers, they receive 0% credit. The Schedule D and Schedule C must be submitted with your bid package. The Schedule D should be completed by the general contractor, and this is the information for the MBE and WBE credit amount. It may not equal the contract value because it is the credit amount. For instance, I mentioned that suppliers only receive 60% credit. So if the contract value is $100,000, the credit amount on here will be $60,000. This Schedule C should be completed by the MBE and WBE contractors. And it should be completed in its entirety with the contract value, the scope of work. Also, the subcontracting levels is also often a section that most firms forget to complete. But this is where they will identify if they are subletting any work, not supplies, just work being performed to a non-MBE, or if they're subletting work to an MBE or WBE. If they are subletting to a non-BE and say they're subletting 10% and their contract value is $100,000, that $90,000 will appear in that Schedule D. So make sure that your subletting section is complete. Back to you, Patty.
Excellent. Thank you, Patrice. And again, any RFIs, any questions that anyone has, you can submit them directly to my attention at patricia.montenegro@cityofchicago.org. I see we have not received any new attendees, so I will now turn it over to our development team to go over the technical review details of the project. Louis, I'll turn it over to you first for any comments with regards to project overview or permitting details, etc.
The only comments I like to bring up is I just want to make sure that the contractors are aware that each alley has 45 days to complete. Each project must have a contractor's representative on site at all times, whether it's a PM or a supervisor, field supervisor. They could be one of the same. There is going to be coordination over at the Bryn Mawr Alley. We have, I'm sorry, not Bryn Mawr, but Argyle. There is two businesses that have access off the alley into their parking lots. So that's something we just need to coordinate so they continue to have access at all times.
Okay.
That's about it on my end.
Okay, we'll turn it over to Jack for the presentation.
So listed here, there are 9 alley projects that are included in this bid package. Each of them is a separate standalone permit approval from the city of Chicago and would be constructed independently. If we can move to the next slide, we'll start with package A. So this one is a mostly residential alley bounded by Berteau, Irving Park, Melvina, and Moody. On the south end of the alley near Irving Park, there is a Chicago Public Library branch with parking lots, so still mostly residential, but there would be some commercial almost access through it. The alley itself is a mix of asphalt and concrete pavements that have all been deteriorated. Soil testing was done through here. There was some non-special wastes, so it was found for benzene. And in certain areas, there was an existing 3-inch key cut that was made through here to assist with drainage. So we do know there have been some drainage problems in the area. We can go to the proposed conditions, please. So CDOT's solution to this was a sewer system would be installed in the alley. In it, there would be 30-inch storm sewer pipe that would be holding water. It would be accessed through various catch basins spaced throughout the alley. There's also 8-inch pipe that would be connected into the storm sewer as well. There are several locations where you'd have to tie in with existing sewer systems, and then the overall condition of the alley to drain everything out onto Melvina. Next slide, please. So our next alley is bounded by Toohey, Estes, Glenwood, and Sheridan. So this serves a residential building, but it is not single-family homes, but multi-family. So it'd be quite a few residents that would be impacted through here. The buildings are quite close together. Garbage trucks and oversized vehicles are able to fit through it, but it is something to pay attention to when you're going about construction. There are utility poles and garbage services located within it that would have to be coordinated with the refuse pickup. There are stairs and entrances all along the alley directly adjacent to the right-of-way. Just a condition to consider when you're through there. Most of this alley is landfill. However, there is a small section that did achieve CCDD clearance when you are removing. There's also an existing 6-inch sewer that connects out onto Estes that will be left in place. We go to the next slide, please. Proposed conditions on this one, we have an 18-inch storm sewer for a majority of the alley, and also an 8-inch through the other section for the north-south. All of this is connecting to a 15-inch storm sewer on Toohey. That's where the main is that all of our connections will take place onto. So there will be catch basins and manholes added throughout the alley to allow for proper drainage. We are not proposing a new connection for the existing sewer from the alley to Estes, and the alley apron on Glenwood was found to be in good condition with favorable elevations, so we are not calling for that to be replaced. However, the alley aprons on Toohey and Estes are included in the replacement of this sewer. Next slide, please. This is a project bounded by Pensacola, Cullum, Hoyne, and Damon. This is an entirely residential block serving mostly single-family homes. Again, it has deteriorated asphalt pavement. There has been a key cut added in for the north-south portion of the alley. That would be just west of Damon. This indicates that the ward has experienced drainage issues in the past, and something we are trying to alleviate with this project. There's an existing alley apron on Pensacola that was found to be good condition with favorable elevations that we are proposing to reuse and not impact. There are utility poles located within the right-of-way, and this alley is soil testing was completed, and about half of it was found to achieve CCDD, meaning half would go to landfill and half would be clean construction debris. Proposed conditions, please. So for this one, we are installing an 8-inch storm sewer along the east-west portion of it for 330 feet. Other than that, we would have sheet flow throughout it. We are connecting to an existing 24-inch concrete sewer on Hoyne. And then there would be catch basins and manholes spaced throughout the alley to follow City of Chicago stormwater requirements. There will also be the 3-inch circle trough that is standard throughout the profile in the center line to allow for additional drainage or easier drainage of water out. Next project, please. This one is an alley bounded by Bryn Mawr, Linder, Lotus, and Catalpa. It is a residential alley with asphalt pavement that is substantially deteriorated. There are existing utility poles throughout the alley, and there is an existing storm sewer that's 102-inch diameter and brick on Catalpa. Our project is not calling to tie into that, but it is something contractors should be aware of that they do not want to damage or get close to. So be careful with removals. We should not be anywhere near that part of the project, but it is still something that we want to be aware of. This project as well, though, has soil testing in it, and a majority of the debris achieved CCDD status and will be brought to a clean landfill. Proposed, please. On this one, we are once again installing 30-inch reinforced concrete pipe valley to do in-ground detention during storm events. There's also an 8-inch vitrified clay pipe that would connect to the storm sewer on Bryn Mawr. So the south 125 feet or so, we are using sheet flow that would flow out onto Catalpa, and they would utilize existing catch basins on Catalpa to drain into that storm sewer. Once again, adding catch basins spaced throughout the alley based on Chicago Department of Water Management's construction standards. That's it for this one. Our next project is bounded by George, Diversey, Sawyer, and Kedzie. This one is a mixed use. It's mostly residential. There's a little bit of commercial use towards Kedzie and Diversey, as well as a parking lot for a larger building at the corner of Diversey and Kedzie. There's deteriorated asphalt pavement through the alley. There's been a key cut installed in it to help alleviate drainage issues. This one, most of the project is going to go landfill. However, a quarter of it achieves CCDD status. Included in the Book 3 documents, there would be the delineations on where each of these landfill or CCD disposal would go. We can go to the next slide, please. Our proposed conditions, we're using a mix of both 8-inch and 18-inch extra strength vitrified clay pipe. And the main connection will be out onto Sawyer, which has a 15-inch sewer that we would be connecting into. There is an existing catch basin that we had in the alley that's going to be removed and then replaced through this alley. And there was an existing 8-inch sewer that will be abandoned in here that would be cut, capped, and then filled. We go to the next slide, please. This is the alley bounded by School, Belmont, Monticello, and Central Park. It's an asphalt alley. Again, it had a key cut through part of it to help alleviate drainage issues that were encountered. Most of the alley is residential. However, there are some businesses that are served off of Belmont through here. There are utility poles that would need to be contended with in the alley, as well as some private fences abutting the right-of-way and bollards. Those are not included in the scope of replacement. They're just outside it, but something that will need to be dealt with or considered. This one is almost all landfill as well. The soil reports indicate that it did not achieve CCDD status. Can we go to the next one, please, or next slide? So our proposed conditions have an 8-inch extra strength vitrified clay pipe running on the north-south section of the alley. We were able to achieve sheet flow for the east and west portions of it, and there'll be catch basins added along with the pipe in the north-south section. And utilizing the same construction details that required from sewer department, as well as the city's PCC pavement, PCC alley pavement details. Go to the next slide, please. So this alley is mostly residential, bounded by George, Diversey, Spalding, and Sawyer. It has existing asphalt pavement on it. There's a key cut indicating that there had been existing drainage issues that they are trying to alleviate through here. There are utility poles, garages, and fences abutting the alley that will need to be contended with. And on this one, there was all landfill based on the soil testing. None of it achieved CCDD status. Go to the proposed conditions, please. So on this one, we are calling for sheet flow on the east leg of the east-west alley and the north end of the north-south alley with a proposed 3-inch circle trough that would drain the water throughout. And then we have an 8-inch clay pipe that's going to connect to the existing 15-inch sewer on Spalding. There'll be a section roughly 250 feet long that includes a manhole in the alley and then connecting out onto Spalding side of things. Next slide, please. This alley is bounded by Eastwood, Sunnyside, Mulligan, and Mobile. It is existing asphalt, and it is entirely residential of single-family homes. There's deteriorating pavement throughout it. There are utility poles, and there are garages and garage aprons running throughout the alley. This one is roughly half CCDD and half landfill for the earth excavation quantities. Go to that next slide. Proposed conditions on this one call for a mix of 18-inch vitrified clay pipe and 30-inch reinforced concrete pipe for stormwater detention inside of the alley, and then 8-inch clay pipe to connect into the sewer main that is on Eastwood. There's an existing brick manhole located within the alley that will be replaced with a standard precast type B 3-foot manhole. We are also calling to add catch basins throughout the alley to allow water to drain into our new sewer system that is being installed as part of this alley. Next one, please. Our last project is bounded by Argyle, Strong, Merrimack, and Malvina. It's an asphalt alley that has, again, drainage issues throughout it. A key cut had been put through it, however, it did not achieve the results of draining the alley entirely. There are garages through the entire alley, multiple locations with fences abutting the right-of-way. There is a construction worker caution area based on mercury that was found at approximately 4 feet below surface. There would be additional information regarding the caution area in Book 3 in the soil testing report that was found for this. About half of this alley outside of the worker caution area would achieve CCDD status. So during removal process, make sure that that is clearly identified so that you are not contaminating any of the clean soil with the removals. Can we go to the proposed conditions, please? This project is using a mix of a paver section, so permeable block pavers through the center of the alley with 4.75 foot concrete collars on either end. The permeable block pavers are sitting on top of a 4 foot wide trench that is filled with CA6. All right, sorry, CA1. There's also an 8-inch perforated plastic underdrain through here that would connect in the event that the infiltration area is entirely full into an outfall through the city of Chicago's existing stormwater section. There's roughly 134 feet of 8-inch pipe that would connect to the sewer, the existing 30-inch storm sewer located on Strong. That is the last highlight I have for this one. Next slide.
You're on mute, Patricia, just a heads up.
Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate the presentation. I want to just emphasize again, any questions related to this procurement should be directed to my attention at patricia.montenegro@cityofchicago.org. Please look out for PBC alerts for any potential addendums that could be issued on the project. This presentation, along with the attendance sheet, shall be added to our current opportunities page. So familiarize yourself with the current opportunities page for all of the abundant information regarding this project. The bid opening will also be posted on our website, and the Zoom link is available. Actually, it's going to be available on our PBC homepage, pbcchicago.com.